What's going on, you guys, and welcome back to a different perspective. If you haven't already, make sure you hit that subscribe button for your boy. So yesterday I did a video, and in that video I asked you all a question in regards to what's your thoughts and opinions on the whole notion that you are single until you are married. Y'all know I had my viewpoints, and I want to hear more about what you guys think, but came across a video of another young creator, young black man, having this discussion or having a discussion with his father. And I think it's going to be real good to be able to see a black man talking to his son and giving his son some tips and pointers. With that being said, let's get into this video. Y'all boys, girls ready? I'm ready. Let's go.
One thing the women of the older generation knew how to do was get married. I'm gonna put y'all onto something that my grandmother shared with me, and that is, you are single until you are married. I know, at the time I had a little boyfriend and I wanted to argue with her. How you gonna tell me I'm single when I'm in a relationship? But she broke it down for me like this. My little boyfriend had not made any promises to me or my family that he was willing to take care of me for the rest of his life. It did not matter if we shacked up, had children together, started a business together. None of that mattered. If he decided that he no longer wanted to be with me, he was not obligated to be.
Ooh, pause. That's deep right there. Okay. So, like I said in the video yesterday, my mom even told me, she was like, hell, you're single until you're married. And that was something I would fight against. And I had my reasons, my rhyming reasons for that. And this right here actually put it into a perspective. I wish I had asked my mother why she felt that way and why she believed that. I'm feeling as though she may have gave a similar answer, if not the same answer that this young lady did here, which is that if that promise, if that commitment to that degree, tying the knot, putting the ring on the finger, doing it legally, if that commitment isn't made, then no one is obligated to stay, take care of you, provide for you, or none of the above, right? Which makes a whole lot of sense. It makes a whole lot of sense, but at the same time, I'm a strong believer that our value is placed upon our word, the word that we keep and the one that we don't keep. So if we can't put value in our word, then what good does that ring do, right? What good does those documents do? Because there's people that have those rings and documents that are still cheating, that are still not providing, that are still stepping out on their spouse. So if your word isn't strong like it should be, then that marriage, it doesn't too much matter. That's what I think. That's what I believe.
We know for honorable men, their word is their bond. And if he did not make that promise to you in front of witnesses, girl, you're single.
Well, she kind of brought it back to like what I said in regards to the word being the bond. But she's saying, hell, if he didn't make that word, but she's going as far as saying, hell, if that word, that bond wasn't made in front of witnesses, then you're technically single. Do y'all agree with that? It sounds good, but I feel like your word is your word, your bond is your bond, regardless of that document. If you're going to say it, if you're going to make that type of promise, you're going to do it with or without that ring or document, and you're going to keep that promise with or without that ring or document. Now, with that being said, before we listen to the discussion between this young man and his father, this video is sponsored by none other than Teej Henley. Look at my skin, y'all. Look, no filter. This is all natural. This video ain't edited. That's because I use Teej Henley. I get compliments on my skin all the time. I've been using Teej Henley for about a year now. Their men's facial care does wonders, which is why I am so happy to announce that they are the sponsors for today's video. They have helped me start and maintain my skincare routine by making the entire process uncomplicated. Honestly, this is the best skincare system for guys like you and me. I recommend you start with the level 1 system, which comes with all the basics. A daily face wash to get rid of the dirt and grime on your skin. A 2 times per week exfoliate scrub to get rid of the dead skin cells. I be using this scrub on my scalp, and when I tell you how that jump feels so good, I just be in the bathroom massaging my head with that scrub. You also get an AM moisturizer with SPF 20 because you should always be protecting your skin from the sun. And you get a PM moisturizer to help your skin stay hydrated and healthy through the night. My favorite part about Teej Henley is that every box comes with an instruction card that tells you when to use each product, how much to use, and in what order. They really make the process of achieving and maintaining amazing skin easy. Like I said, I've been using their products for over a year now, and I'm hooked. I don't use nothing else. After I use it, I just feel that much more confident. And in addition to amazing skin, members of Teach Henley get tons of benefits, including 25% off of retail price, with the ability to customize your box, and you can pause or cancel your order at any time. And if you're in the US, your shipping is free. Anywhere outside the US, they offer low-cost shipping rates to most countries. And because Teach Henley is sponsoring today's video, they're offering my viewers a great deal. Just click the link down in the description box below, and not only will you get 30% off your first order, but you will also get a free gift. So click that link down below and get started today. Now, with that being said, back to the video.
So I sent my dad the video, called him on FaceTime, and asked what his perspective was on the whole, what she was talking about.
Mind you, I haven't seen all of this.
Okay. He said taking care of her for the if he's not making a commitment, he's not, he's not going to take care of you for the rest of your life. And see, women, you got to understand, women speak. It's like they're really complex in a sense because they don't come right out. Like men, we're straightforward. We come straight out what we're going to say.
Yeah.
And what we mean, what we say. Women, they
you see the frustration in him trying to explain how women are, because they're that much more complex and complicated. For years, women been saying that guys are so complicated when we have always been the most simplest creatures on the freaking planet, right? It's the women that are complex. Women use, manipulate, and twist words to kind of fit whatever mode that they're trying to create, right? So it's funny to see him getting flustered with him trying to explain how women are.
Talking riddles. Like,
talking riddles.
Because with them, like, for instance, let me give you that take, women, they talking riddles. Like, because with them, like, for instance, let me give you that take care part.
Real quick, not to interrupt, but this is my dad's channel. He actually has his own channel as well if you want to check him out. His channel is called WATCH.
That could be protection wise, that could be monetary, take care of you. It could be take care of you as far as should you get sick or ill and you cannot work the rest of your life or something like that, till death do us part. That's how them older people thought. Now, see, when her grandmother told her that, see, today's women speak from a monetary point of view. Women from the past, when they said take care, it wasn't monetary because women from the past didn't have all the opportunities the women up today have. You know what I'm saying? Because society has given the black women a synthetic pedestal to stand on. When I say he, I'm basically speaking about the white man because basically they're the ones that really control everything. You see what I'm saying? And so again, women from that era back then, when they said take care, they meant basically all the above. Not just monetary, not just but they meant health wise. To death do you part, this, that, and the other. But
so would you say it's fair to say, I don't mean to interrupt, but would you say it's fair to say that that's an outdated system since women nowadays?
I don't think it's an outdated system because you have, now I'm just going to be straight up because in my videos I'm always straight up. Because we got men talking about they want a traditional woman. See, we have to be clear when we make a statement and when we claim that we want something. You know what I'm saying? We have to be clear in what exactly we mean.
You have to be definite. I've spoke about this many a times on this channel before. When it comes to self-development as a whole, when you are deciding what it is that you want out of life, you have to be sure of that thing. It gives you a target so that you can go on a path, a trajectory to get to where it is that you're trying to be. If you have set in stone what it is that you want out of life. It's essentially the same thing when it comes to dating.
If you want a traditional woman, that grandmother is a traditional woman. Traditional women are basically back then were taken care of monetary by men. But again, they didn't have the opportunities that the women of today, the modern women, have.
But let's also talk about the fact that those women, even though they were being taken care of not just monetarily, they also were taking care of their men in a way that the men needed to be taken care of. The cooking, the cleaning, the watching after the kids, the this, that, and the fourth, because women didn't have all the rights that the men did. Women didn't necessarily have to work until the men had to go off to war and stuff. So you think about that and you think about, okay, well, those were more traditional women, but yet y'all know how I go. The women of today want the same traditional values of a man, but yet they can't be traditional themselves. Running off all the same things that I need, the cooking, the cleaning, the watching after the kids, the taking care of the home, all that good stuff. Some of them can, but very few.
You see what I'm saying?
But then you also got to think of the fact that we live in an era and time where unity is so much more important than who has what financially. If as long as you are able to pull your resources together and make it work for the two of you, that's the best solution. Why be single? Why be a burden to yourself and your family because you're hurt and bitter because you can't find no one to take care of you financially? Why not you two take care of each other with what you both have? That seems more feasible to me. That seems like a better solution, so then you won't have these people that are sitting around moping, being sad, upset because they can't find anyone.
Yeah, it's a complicated issue. Here's my take on it, Dad. This is why I don't like when women say like, and I know you have a daughter, which is my sister, and so I know you think of it from a perspective of a daughter and a son. You know what I'm saying? But here's my thing. And you know this, Dad. When a man gets married to a woman, he puts himself at a disadvantage. Because if she decides to leave or decides to get a divorce, she's going to get more of the benefit financially, alimony, all types of things. If they have kids, child, all types of things. So
now you're speaking about something a little different. It's the same. It's on the same line. Of course, the court system and everything is stacked up against the man when it comes to the women. They have given women unlimited power.
Yeah.
Unlimited.
So that's why
I want y'all to hear this real quick.
Men don't want to get married no more.
Exactly, because of the judiciary system. The judiciary system has made it so easy for them. I mean, all right, check this out. You don't really have, if a woman gets pregnant, have a baby, all she has to do is say that you're the daddy. Now, here's the thing. If you don't show up to court, they're going to automatically sign you to child support payments.
Really?
I don't care if you got in an accident, you couldn't show up.
What?
The courts don't care what reason. What reason, if you don't show up to court. See, this is how unfair the system is.
Is that true? Is that true? If a woman gets pregnant and she claims it's your child, whether it is or isn't, and she goes to court to file for child support, they will still go ahead and issue it? Even though you're not there to defend yourself or to show proof, potential proof that the child's not even yours? Oh, that's crazy. I don't know how true that is, but that's crazy.
You know, you could have a legitimate reason why you couldn't show up to court. The court doesn't have telephones where you can get on it and call them and say, hey, judge, I'm running late. Or, hey, judge, I'm not going to be able to make it today. You don't make it that day, as far as I know.
Sorry about that.
You're going to have to pay for that child the rest of your life.
Yeah, I was just actually talking about that in my other video. I had, you remember, I don't want to say his name, but remember that my roommate I had that was from Jersey? So he had a son with this female, and when he had a son with her, she up and left and went to Sacramento. And then she put him on child support because she filed for it in Sacramento, California. She put him on child support, and they were garnishing his wages. I had the same job as him, so I knew how much we were making. We weren't making much. They would garnish his wages, so he went to the court system, to try to battle it out and stuff like that. I was talking about in my last video, and basically he did this for two and a half years. Went to like 7 or 8 or 9 different court cases, and they said we can't. There's nothing we can do about it. He's like, well, can you at least like take me off of child support until we can get her in court? They said, nah, you have to find her address, and then and once you find her address, you have to get the sheriff to serve her papers to get her served. And then she has to answer the door and actually physically take those papers. And then from there, then she's obligated to come to court. So basically, she was collecting money and garnishing his wages for 2.5 years, and she was ducking and dodging him. She wouldn't let him know where she lived or anything. Her phone, none of that. And
That's wild. So that's crazy to think. Okay, if what both of them are saying is true, then the man cannot show up to court and still have to pay child support. The woman cannot show up to court and still be able to receive child support. Oh, heck no. Look, I got to do some research. I don't know how true this is.
It's so lopsided.
It is lopsided because you better believe. Let's flip the script on this one. The same subject matter. Let's say he would have taken his child from her and did that. That would have been considered kidnapping, and that's his child.
That's crazy, right?
They give the woman so much power and rights. Even though that's his child, he would have been in trouble for taking that child because they consider the mother's automatically the prime parent when it comes to a couple. I don't know about married, but I do know like when you're not married.
So
that's wild to think that, you know, the woman can do that. She can take the child and run away. But if the man do that, it's kidnapping. What? That don't seem right.
They would have charged him with something. Trust me.
So what's the benefit of getting married today?
Not
for the man.
Now listen to his response. I think he's gave probably the best one I've ever heard.
The only benefit to getting married is if you have a woman who has a consciousness like you. Now I don't mean on the same. I mean, men and women are definitely different, but I'm saying you guys are on the same path to wherever you're trying to go. You know, she has to be a partner. You see what I'm saying?
I think essentially what he's saying is the benefit would only be if you marry a like-minded individual. And when I think of some of my friends that are married, some of them are married to like-minded individuals. You see it's like, dang, them two belong together. It don't necessarily have to be one and the same. You know, different opposites attract, but still to be able to have those same sort of core beliefs is very important.
She has to be your road dog, so to speak, for the lack of better words. Someone who's on the same page as you are, even though y'all might have differences as far as your biological makeup, but mentally on the same page.
Why does not stay in a relationship? Why actually put a ring on her finger and put yourself at a disadvantage for her to leverage? If she wants to leave, all that leverage.
Well, I mean, you don't have to get married. You can stay in I mean, I know people who've been living together and who've been dating and living together for like 30 years. You know, there's no rule book that says that you have to commit to marriage.
You see that right there, and that's something that I have said that I would probably be more comfortable with, is just being in that long committed relationship where we're just together. You know what I'm saying? Not necessarily having to put, you know, that legal document in between the two of us to say that, hey, we are legally bound together, you know? But I've seen that same thing. I've had an aunt that was in a relationship with a man for 20 years. They were committed to each other. They were committed to each other nonetheless, even though they wasn't legally married. There you have it.
You know, that always pop up with the women because she might not at first. Okay, let me give you an example. When I got, before, you know, I was dating and so forth, and for a good while, and with a particular woman for a long time. 9 times out of 10, I'm gonna tell you something. It's the family. It's the family. You know.
That wants you to get married?
That wants you to get married.
Oh.
And specifically the women in that family. They'll keep nagging that woman. She might not want to get married at first. All she want to do is just be with you. But the cousins, the aunts, the sisters, what have you, when you're gonna get married? When you're gonna get married? When you're not gonna get married? You know, live and let live. That's not the case with women. But that's in most cases the reason why women change their minds and they start talking that getting married stuff. But yes, they do have the leverage on men. The court system has designed it like that, and for whatever reason in the beginning that they made these laws, they were designed for one thing, and then it turned out to be something else. You see what I'm saying? Because it just kept accumulating as far as the different laws. Is, they added more and added more and added more. And
Yeah,
added more.
that's what I was about to say too. It's like things change when they started. Basically, that's what I was about to say too. Things change in the court system in regards to what is it called? Damn it. That's what I was about to say too. Things change in the court system in regards to child support when they keep adding on these different laws to basically modify, what happens so that the mother essentially gets the best outcome when it comes to those situations.
But I believe in the beginning it was not like this.
All right. Well, I want to conclude this video. I don't want to be too long, but I want to ask. Do you think, I want to close this video out by saying, and thank you, Dad, for being a guest appearance on my channel and everything. I want to ask you, do you think that it is advantageous or beneficial, that's the better word, for men to get married in 2022?
This is a good question. This is a good question to ask an old head, an old cat. Let's hear what he has to say. Is getting married in 2022 beneficial to a man?
The only way I would say yes is if you both are in a religion and committed to a religion, because now you're following a particular dogma. You know what I'm saying? And there are certain things that you can do and cannot do, and the percentage of divorce is very low when it comes to someone who's committed to a religion as opposed to someone who's not. Now, I don't want to say religion, excuse me. I would say belief, spiritual belief. And you can say religion because most religions are attached to, most beliefs are attached to a religion. But that, I would say, would be the best, risk to take during a religion.
If the man and woman both have either spiritual or religion guiding them, then that would put them both in a situation to where if they do decide to get married, then the likelihood of that outcome being a good one is much greater. So I enjoyed this video. This was really, really good. This is rare. This is rare to see a black father having this type of conversation with his black son. I love to see it. I love to see it. I hope we see more in the near future. But y'all know what time it is. Like this video, hit that like button, hit that subscribe button. Stay tuned for more. As always, you can follow your boy on the gram and Twitter at Artofkickz. Don't forget to check out the sponsor, Teach Henley, will be linked down in the description box and the comment section below. With that being said, I'll catch you guys in the next one. See ya.